Market update here on the 5th. So if you watched the video yesterday, you probably already know what I'm going to say, but I'll go over the chart again. So yesterday, let's just get a summary of what happened. We were down here, right here in this area. I personally had bought shares down in here around 234, 235. And really, when I saw this move right here, it's very corrective. I really was okay if it would have gone like this. If it would have gone like that, I still probably would have been holding because it's a corrective move. I knew that C wave was coming at least. So I held all the way, and I sold those shares somewhere between 242, 243. I wasn't expecting it to go all the way up here to 246. And as you can see from the chart, very irrational move. If it was humans trading the market, this would never happen, I don't think. Unless there was news, there was no news. So we go straight up on the 5-minute chart. Like you can see, it's all green candles on the 5-minute chart. 233 to 246. And then out of nowhere, just sell off back down to 237 on no news. Maybe I'm wrong, maybe there was news, but I don't think there was. So let me know in the comments if there was actual news on that. Anyway, I sold right here. I bought some February 245 puts, in which at this point, just based on this move, it went past the 1.61 fib. So I was thinking, oh, this looks like it could be a third wave. And I was thinking it could even potentially be a third wave of a third wave. And so when we started chopping down here, it didn't look like an impulse move at first. We had this and it came back into the first wave. I actually added shares 242 to 243. Ended up stopping out at 240.17. And really I could hold those because I know the second wave is probably coming. But just to be safe, in case we get some crazy move all the way down here, I always just invalidate, take the play off. So I lost about half the profits I made on this move right here. So that's fine though. I bought calls down here, made some right here, and I have calls for tomorrow too. This looks like it's probably a wave 1 of 3 here, and so I'm looking for 242. $242 to 244.80 tomorrow, and I'll be looking to go short there. So I have sold puts and calls I'll probably get rid of in this area if we get back up here in the supply zone, and I'll go short again with the stop above the high. So the assumption is this is a wave 1. It looks like a wave 1 to me, so the stop has got to be above the high. And I'm looking for a 50% retrace to start my short position. If that plays out, then we're looking for a wave 3 to take it all the way down to potentially 232. And then let's just say we go to 242, 243. You're looking at probably a move to a minimum of 226, but the 1.61 fib of this move right here is 220. So I'd be looking for this to play out all the way down here to 220. That would fill the gap, and then we're probably going to get a bounce after that. So it's probably going to be looking like bounce maybe back to 226, and then another move down. I would expect this to hit we're looking for something probably not all the way down here. I think probably 210 to 215 to be a good target. And there is a good demand zone down there at, let's look here. Good demand zone right here. So that's between 215 and 211.69. And so basically I'm looking for this whole move. And let's look at the 1.61 fib of the A wave now. And that is at 215. So 215 is probably the target. That goes right down here into this demand zone. I'm looking for 215, and then that's going to end up being either a second wave of a nested third wave, or we're looking at it like this. 215, bottom here is 193. You're looking at probably something around 270 to 275. Long-term trend line is up there. So that is the breakdown of Tesla. I'm looking for a bounce tomorrow to 242 minimum, potentially 245, and that's going to be a short spot with a stop above this high, invalidation above 246.61. So that is Tesla. Let's go over QQQ is bouncing. It looks like this probably is the A wave right here. And we're making some kind of B wave here. I am looking for this to play out. You're probably looking at something at least into Thursday. So we have 2 more days of this. You're probably looking at something like, I don't know, like maybe like this up here for the gap fill. And then you're going to look for something down like that. So it's a corrective move. So that's not what you wanted to see if you were expecting this to be the top. It looks like we're probably going to get more upside here in the future. Turn the air conditioning on. All right. So I was looking at BABA. I heard somebody was buying a lot of shares here. Looks decent. I'm not sure if it bottomed here or not, but this is kind of the structure that I've been looking at on a lot of stocks lately, and I've seen it a lot in a lot of stocks lately. We get an A wave here, and then we get A, B, C. Could be a 5-wave move, but just the structure of it looks like ABC to me. It came past the start of the A wave. So we might be looking at some kind of move like this on BABA. And it hit the weekly demand zone. Might be looking at something back up towards $100, maybe even this gap fill at 117 soon. So keep an eye on BABA over the next, I don't know, couple of months. This took like, I don't know, 9 months, so maybe the next 4.5 months. Potentially up here to 117. I'd be looking for, let's just say this is the bottom right here. You're looking for 98 all the way up to 125. So BABA is an interesting one. I know it's a Chinese stock, but you got to watch out for that one. Nividia. On Nividia, I'm just looking for this to complete an overall C wave. So I think that the structure on this one is this is the B wave. And we're just looking for the same thing on BABA. We're looking at this as A, B. You're looking for 430, potentially all the way down to 352. Probably maybe back down to this demand zone at 390. But you could stop right here also at 429. You have a gap right there at 424. So that might be the target. Let's see what else we got here. Let's look at the dollar. So the dollar just starting that move up. Again, the minimum target is 104.90 all the way up here to 105.64. Not much else to say about that one. Palantir, I talked about this recently in a video on SOFI yesterday. I think that this is going to go back down here to 15 and fill this gap right here from November 1st. But again, the same structure as the other ones. Again, you see this, that's a good opportunity to go long for a C wave. C wave can go all the way down to the 1.61 fib, but maybe only the 0.78 fib here at 1546, gap fill at 1488. And then I'd be looking to go long again. I think this is probably a fourth wave. I don't really like the structure of this move, but I think it's got one more pop in it. So you got like this. Potentially, there's a gap fill here at 24 bucks, gap fill at 32 bucks as well. So Palantir's got some room to move here after it finishes the correction, which is going to come soon. SOFI, I still think there's a very good chance we come up here to 859 bucks. It's kind of a slow moving move, and I think that we'll see what happens. It's kind of a sneaky stock. I haven't done anything on it lately. I've just been holding my shares, waiting. I'm not selling cover calls because this stock has a tendency to move very sneakily, and if it starts selling off, then I'll probably get into some covered calls and some puts. But for right now, I'm just waiting to see what happens. It looks like it might be in a potentially it looks like it's probably, it might be in a B wave. I'm not really sure 100% on this, but it could still come down more before it goes up. So maybe it does this and then goes up. But I think it's good to be long here. This is an impulse move, so that's good for not going to new lows. We might just get a little bit more consolidation before I move higher. What else we got here? I was watching NIO. So NIO, kind of disappointing. I bought this stock at 720 based on this same structure I've been talking about. A, B, I bought at 720, and I sold most of my shares right here because of this structure. It hit the 1.61 fib. I sold at 777, a little bit short of this because of that structure, because I knew we were going to get a retrace. However, the gap fill here is at 735, and it has potential to go higher here, but it also could just fall through and go to new lows. Let me zoom out here a little bit more. So yeah, it's kind of hard to say. It might do this though. We'll see, but it hit my target, backing off here. I might buy some more in here, start a new position. I only had 2,000 shares. Sold them off mostly, and I'll just add to it right here. And then if it goes down to 680, I'll probably add some more. It's in weekly demand, so I don't see any reason why it's going to go that much lower unless they did miss earnings. But if it breaks this zone, it could go all the way down here to 480, 476. But that's another 50%, and it's already dropped like, it's dropped over 50% since July. So I'm expecting a retrace here soon, but it might see one more low. I know I was asked about RIOT a couple days ago. I forgot about it. Let me see. I was trying to chart this the other day, and let's see what we got. So I see it as the same structure I've been talking about. ABC again. It just comes down to, is this move finished or not? The maximum it can go to on this move is, wait, this is the weekly. Let me go. I was thinking that was on the daily. Let me go here. Let's see. So this move right here. Even on the weekly though, to be honest, like look at this move, A, B, C. So it could be finished here at 81. It probably is finished here at 81. But this move right here is 5 waves. So if that's 5 waves, let's see how far it retraced. Close to the 50% retracement. You might, just because this structure is kind of messed up right here, you might see something up here, and then you might see another move down before it goes higher. So this is WXY, this is ABC. So this took about a year. So I would expect this move to take about a year, unless it's WXY. However, this is 5 waves. So I would say that it's more than likely you're going to see a retrace here. So A, B, C, something like that. And then you're probably going to get another move higher. And that new move higher will probably go to like 55 bucks. So I think that this is in some consolidation. It's definitely moving here over the last month or so. Obviously, it's almost doubled. But Bitcoin's moving too. And I need to make a video on Bitcoin too. Bitcoin's kind of a hard chart, but I kind of feel like Bitcoin might be topping out here soon as well. And so let's take a look at Bitcoin real quick. Bitcoin's always the trickiest because it's moving 24 hours a day, so you got to do it on higher time frames. This is what I came up with on Bitcoin. If you look on the log chart, it's definitely not a 5-wave move. It's a WXY move. But we have not hit the top yet. It has potential, based on the log chart, to go to $544,000. But right now, is this the move up that's going to go there? I personally don't think so. Just based on, this was 5 waves right here. So hit that right there, back off, 5 waves. Then we get an expanded flat right here. And so I would want this to be 5 waves higher, but it's not. It's an ABC move as well. So I'm thinking that this might happen. Back down here. We'll see though. It's moving like crazy right now, so it's kind of hard to say the top. My target was actually 44,000 though. You can see, or 46,000, I'm sorry. So if this hits 46,000, or 47,000, then it might back off a little bit. However, I'm just looking at this right now. This could be no, I'm pretty confident this is WXY. So it can't go past whoa, it's hitting, is it hitting the top right here? 44,343. Hitting the top of the parallel line, hitting the 1.61 fib. It might be topping out right here. So we'll see what happens with Bitcoin. I'll do another video dedicated to it. But right now, I would probably be kind of cautious with all the minor stocks in Bitcoin. So I'm going to leave it at that. That's pretty much it. Obviously, the most in-depth is Tesla because I trade that all day. Try my best to incorporate as many stocks as possible, but I'm not going to be perfectly accurate on the ones I don't follow as much. Tesla, I'm pretty confident in, though. So that's it. Leave me a comment, like, subscribe for more updates. I'll catch you in the next video.